Okay guys, we're going to do an ab set here. The first thing you need to do is download an app called Bit Timer, and it looks just like this. So you're going to take and we're going to do 40 seconds on, and so you just set, you scroll down, and then we're going to rest for 20 seconds, and then how many times we're going to do it is just how many different things. So the first thing I like to do is I call them vanity abs, which is just, making those pretty squares, but they're building blocks to help build your core. So I go from ground to basically a bridge position. All right guys, this one is probably the most important one. If you're only doing one thing to work on abs, you only have time to do one and you're going to do multiple sets, this one is the most important one. So you're in bridge position, you want your legs apart just like this. You roll your back, you're flat, and abs are engaged, head is above your hands, and then all you're doing is tapping straight forward. The less that you move your hips, the better that you're doing them. So you're just trying to stay stiff and keep your butt from moving side to side or up and down. Okay, so we're back to our back, and now we're going to do scissor kicks. So again, we're going to push our belly button into the ground right here, and for little kids or whatever, let them put their hands underneath their butt. But older kids, have them put their hands behind their head, push their belly button in the ground, point their toes, and simply do scissor kicks back and forth. Okay, next one is push-ups. So thinking, how are push-ups an abs thing? But we want to make sure that we're doing them correctly. So a lot of kids, are back here and they're doing this type of push-ups. It's just really hard on your rotator cuff. So a building block for push-ups, if they can't do them, is to do them on their knees. And there's an imaginary line going across your hands, and you want to take your hips down with you. So what they're going to have a tendency to do is to go like this. No, we don't want to let them do that. We want to roll our hips just a little bit forward, and as we're going down, and then we try to get our chest as close as we can, our nose, and then we go back up. Regular push-up is just going to be here and then straight down. Okay? Try to move their elbow positioning, so if they're stronger, have them do it close. If they're not as strong, have them do it at 45 degrees with their elbow going out. Okay, next we're back to vanity abs. So you're going to take your legs just like you're doing crunches, and you're just going to turn them to one side, keeping your shoulders flat, okay, looking up. And you're just going to do crunches, and you're trying to basically crunch this motion in your obliques. Okay, and now we're just going to do the other side. So again, legs here, just turn them to the side, keeping your shoulders, and you're just doing crunches like that. Try to avoid them. I always say grab onto your ears. Try to keep them from doing this, because they're just putting unnecessary strain on their neck. All right, the next one, I call them teacher pooch twists. I don't know, one time with the kids, we were trying to come up with what to name these things, and they work on your lower abs right here, which is something you really need for your climbing. And when you're a teacher and you sit in a chair all day, you get the little teacher pooch. So that's how the name became about. So you're here, you're looking at your toes the whole entire time, then you bring your knees up and you twist when you get to the top. Now the cheater way, or kind of the way the kids are going to be at first trying to do them, is they try to roll all the way back and go like that. And it's not as effective as, you want to get your legs to about here and then go up. That's perfect for them. So you're here, just like that. Okay, next one, roll onto your stomach, and we're going to do Superman and then airplane. So first one is, while the kids are still in their 20-second rest, get them to get into this position where they lay their arms straight out, because they're going to want to do this with their arms bent. So just get them to put their elbows past the mat, okay? And then they just come off and they just hold this position. They want to point their toes and keep their arms straight ahead of them, because they're going to want to try to keep bringing them back and keep forcing. Stay out front, out front, out front. the whole entire time. So they do that for 40 seconds. Okay, next one is going to be airplane. So while they're still in their 20-second rest, have them already get in this position because it just takes a second to get into it. Start with their arms all the way out, and they rest this way until the time starts. Their legs are apart but pointed, and then they're just going to come off the ground just the same way that they did Superman, but they're just going to hold that position, and we want to keep our arms straight the whole entire time.